Hello there, fine people of YouTube and the internet. Hope you're all keeping well and keeping safer than America seems to have been in the last few days. If you're over there in the States, stay safe. It's all good. But let's talk about Legends of Runeterra, right? Because this is what this channel does. We make decks, we try and make them good, we try and make things be class, and I like to make new decks. And I also like to make decks to order. So there's a guy from the Dongers of Runeterra Discord, and he has asked, why have I not made a Lulu Zoe deck? And I went, good question, because I've put Zoe with other champions that I thought were better. And then suddenly something, I haven't actually made any deck at all with Lulu, apart from the Lulu Shen one, which is this one. So, with that in mind, here is Zoe Lulu. And is it any good? It's all right. It's not bad. It's not bad. The deck code for this deck and the links to all our social medias and Discord and all that sort of stuff are in the pinned comments. And if you like our content here with these deck discussions, please give us a thumbs up. It makes a heck of a difference to us. So, two champions. Lulu, support. Allies have been supported 3+ times. Supported ally goes up to 4/4 this round. That's kind of good. Okay. So no matter what you're putting beside it, so here and then here. Okay. So this is going to be the one that's getting supported from this one. So put it up, put another one up. +4. Really good. Okay, so Lulu's brilliant, and you only have to support 3 times to level her up. And once you level up Lulu, you get a help picks in hand, and the supported ally goes up to 5/5. So anything, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Elusive would be brilliant. And hello, Zoe. Zoe is a 1/1, which is excellent. 10 cards with different names. She levels, and then every single time you put anything down, even if she's dead, you get to give whatever keyword is down to every single ally on your side of the board. That's pretty damn impressive in every dimension I can think of. Zoe's hilarious to me. It has been since she came out. Is she any good with Lulu? Let's try that. So, I'm going for as many different cards as possible, and I'm starting with Flower Child. When I'm supported, you grant me +2 power. Not the only thing we can play on one. It was actually the last card I put in. But there's a lot of support. You can put it down in 1. It's still a 1/2. It only costs some mana. That's really good. Excellent. Gift Giver. Why have we put down Gift Giver? Well, support, obviously, for the Flower Child. Gift Giver, as soon as you put down, she has a play effect when you summon it. You create a gem in hand. That is a 1-cost spell that grants +1 and heals an ally 1. So you get an extra free card. That helps with Zoe. A card I hated when it came out, but I think has got a really good thing here. Now, stats-wise, for 1, it's atrocious, but it has 2 health. But then you support something else and you give that supported ally 2/1, which is all good. We're running 2. Spacey Sketcher. Discard a card to invoke a celestial card that costs 3 or less. Running 2 of these. Bin a card to get another card back that'll cost 3 or less from the celestial deck to get put into your hand, to put down, to help level Zoe. Also really, really good if you can get an elusive in there, because yeah, that's nasty. And then the more I thought about it, the first spell I actually put in was 3 Pale Cascades. The second spell I put in is this. phenomenal for leveling Zoe. Every Zoe deck should have 3 of these. Just end of discussion. Then just pick different ones. So if you're up against Ionia, and they've got a deny, take the deny, take a Will of Ionia, take a Notify, take a Vile Feast if you're up against Shadow Isles, or a Vengeance, or an Atrocity, or a Mystic Shot, or a Thermal Beam if you're up against P and Z, or a single combat, or whatever it happens to be. But you get 3, brilliant animation, and you pick one of the 3. There's more cards to level Zoe with. For one mana. And then our amazing Zoe, who is a 1/1 for 1, like all things are 1/1s. And she levels real fast. Really fast. Like, I am enjoying playing with her. All these cost 1 mana. 3, 5, 7, 10, 13 cards of a 40 card deck, and they are 1 cost. Guiding Touch. Going to run 2 of these. Heal an ally your Nexus 2 and draw a card. Excellent, running 2 of those. The card draw from here, fantastic. Mountain Goat, again, gem, but now you've got a solid 3/2 unit. Very good to block off fearsomes if you're up against a deck like this. And a bit better than any of these other things. But, you know, if you think about it, that's 2 health, 2 health, 2 health, 1, 1, but 2 health. So, they need to Mystic Shot you. Or do direct damage to you to then do something else. Goat's great. Pale Cascade, wonderful card. If you're in Tarragon, 3 of, absolutely. Doesn't matter what deck it is. It's too good not to run. It's probably the MVP in nearly every deck that it's in. +2 power and 1 health. And if you drop it second, which, you know, let's be fair, shouldn't be hard. Again, you're going to draw a card. Now, that's where we are. But this card is taken over the meta by storm. How can a little card like this do anything? It costs 2 mana, it's a 1/2. Until you realise that Lifesteal is good. Elusive is good. But if you, for instance, let's go for the ideal character thing for your opening hand. You want a Zoe, you want a Sparklefly, you want a Lulu, and you want, well, anything else. Anything else. Pale Cascade. Doesn't really matter. Really doesn't matter at all. But what you really want is a Zoe, a Sparklefly, a Lulu, and see how you get on. Because this is the lowest cost deck, mana-wise, I have ever built. Let's go up here. I'm actually 1 spell short of where I want to be. Nothing costs nothing. 13 1s, 17 2s, and 10 3s. In other words, the most expensive cards you can play in this deck cost 3 mana. If you have 3 mana banked on round 9, you can play nearly every card in your hand if needs be to win. There you go. The lowest curve I have ever made ever. And it works. This is like the itty bitty teeny weeny yellow polka dot Zoe Lulu bikini deck I have ever made. And it's fun. My God, is this fun. Sparklefly, put to the right of Lulu, all of a sudden now becomes a 4/4 elusive lifesteal. That good. A Zoe is a 4/4, which then gives her the Super Skill Star Chart, which is essentially like a Species Sketcher, except you don't discard a card, but you still get to invoke a card that costs 3 or less from the Celestials. All these are great. All these are great. And we're not done yet. Starry Scamp. I had this at 3 and kind of fiddled about with a few other things because I want lots of different cards, but I want them all to do very specific things. If you hold the Celestial, let's be fair, A strike from Zoe gets you the Celestial. Species Sketcher gets you a Celestial. As long as you have it either in your hand or you've played it, that costs nothing. It's a 0/2/2. It's the most cost-efficient card in the game. It's free. Who doesn't want free cards in a card game where you have to pay for cards? Yeah. No, I did have 3, but I didn't because I went for this. And I'm actually going to use Super Cool Star Chart 3 times. It's brilliant. This is just brilliant. You can get stuns, you can get elusive, but the big one is the 3/3 elusive. I mean, you can get a 4/1 overwhelm, you can get a whole ton of little things, you can get the 2/2 messenger, there's loads. But to be able to put the elusive onto the entire board, that's why we're running 3 super cool star charts. Tyree the Traveler. Support. Grant your support +2. Again, you can put him out with a Zoe. The Zoe's now a 1/3. So you're now looking at something like the Shadow Wilds one that does 3 immediate damage. Get excited. Things like that. That's the only way she's going down, to be honest. So, but again, we're only running 2s of, and as most of you guys know, I love doing all decks that are all 3s and one card that's 1. Not on a Zoe deck. On a Zoe deck, I want as much diversity, good things, but we needed another support thing in there because the only other one that we really had, I mean, he is the first support, you know, and we have picks, so I suppose that's a support. So you could Pix the Floor Child, make it a 3/2. But you know, it's decent. It's decent. It's not brilliant. It's not amazing. It's really not amazing, but does what it says on the tin, right? That's good. That's a really good thing. 2 health, always decent. 2 Fuzzy Caretakers. Now this is a fantastic card, and I loved this big mustachioed geezer. If he's supported, let's say Tyree, he gets 3 health. And then if he supports something else, that supported ally gets +3, which could be Lulu, who's supporting Zoe. So Lulu becomes a 5/3 and Zoe becomes a 4/4, and you've just won the game just with Fuzzy Caretaker. That's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. And this card I'm full. Oh god, I really like this card. So when you play this, if you have a Celestial card, and let's remember all the ways that we can get Celestial cards, grant an ally +1/+1 and spell shield. So he's a 2/2. Lulu's a 3/4. Brilliant. It costs 3 mana. We're only running 2 of that. 3 Lulus, obviously, because she is absolutely class, and then gives you this wonderful barrier or an enemy vulnerable this round. That is fantastic. Normally put it as a barrier. That is cool. That is really good. And the last card is Mentor of the Stones. Grant my supported ally +2/+2. Grant as in permanent buff. And then you get 3 gems. So if you didn't get a mountain goat, or you didn't get the gift giver, that's another way to be able to get this. That is the entire deck. I can't make this any cheaper for you guys to play a completely brand new deck. This is my Zoe Lulu. Let's try and support everything as quickly as possible deck. And I've rattled this together in about 5 minutes. Will it change? Yes. Do I want you guys to help change it? Of course. Please put any changes, thoughts, all that sort of stuff into the comments on YouTube. I reply to them all personally. Make it better. Perfect it. I have the thoughts. You guys have the power to make it a better deck. My name is Seth Holocron. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy our Donger deck discussions, these are brilliant. Thumbs ups on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you watching. It's a fun deck. Go try it out. Deckcode in the pinned comments. Until the next one. Donger's out.